everybody. We're here with Gold Pill Patriot, this young man, Angel, and his fabulous shirt here. Anti-fascist
action established in 2020, and I'm actively working to spread the agenda of Antifa into all the organizations and institutions in the United States.
And
anti-fascist.
I love it. Okay, so now Gold Pill Patriot, the gold is talking about libertarianism, right?
This is a phenomenal question. So I get this question quite often because I am a card-carrying, full-fledged Republican.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So the gold pill theory was something I was not aware of. That was something that was spreading through the Libertarian Party at the time.
Okay.
I came up with this kind of going down a different train of thought from where the original red pill, blue pill theory originates from, which was The Matrix.
Right.
Wachowski brothers movie.
Yep. Stay asleep.
Sure. So you have a scenario there where you got the red pill or the blue pill, and if someone takes the red pill, they wake up to the matrix constructed around them. They realize it's fake.
Yep.
So this is something that has a different reaction. People have a different reaction to it depending on who they are, right?
Okay.
So Neo, Keanu Reeves' character, obviously, he kind of went down a different path than like Cyrus, the guy who sells them out for the fake steak.
Right.
If you remember the scene, and this is where I came up with the theory, if you remember the scene, he's eating the fake steak. He says that he knows it's fake. So this is a man who's been red-pilled, chose the red pill. He's awake to all the lies.
Okay.
Realizes it's all fake, but wants to go back to the ignorant bliss he once knew where he thought he was just eating steak.
Okay.
And he sold out everyone else for that. So if a red-pilled person, someone who's red-pilled,
wakes you up,
right, basically turn on all of us to try to go back to the comfortable lie. So the red pill, in theory, is not enough. There has to be an advanced
so
level
like the
of
gold
that. So
pill's like the higher level.
The gold pill's like the next level.
Like the fully awakened.
Like you're not just awake. You're not just awake.
Sucker.
You would rather die than go back to sleep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, you got me.
This ain't for everybody.
Man.
Listen, you're gonna learn things, that could be downright horrific when you start going down rabbit holes. You don't know what you're gonna find.
Well, so have you been a conservative your whole life?
I feel like in some ways I have,
but
I've been mostly socially liberal my whole life.
Okay.
I've always been leaned towards conservative values when it came to things like my generalized belief on family and tradition and gender roles.
Yeah, okay.
Parental roles, government roles, fiscal policies. Always been conservative in those terms. I'm more socially liberal in the idea that I kind of grew up in that era of the 90s and 2000s where we were very open-minded about stuff.
Live and let
live.
Like
the classical liberal kind of sense.
Yeah.
Which we need more of, and I think there are a lot out there. They just seem to be drowned out by voices that are annoying us.
Well, this is what I tell people, Angel. I say I'm a conservative because I'm a liberal. Okay? So because I want to live and let live, because I think if you want to identify however you want, do that. You want to do whatever you want in the privacy of your own bedroom, cool, I don't care. Like, do whatever. Just don't mess with my stuff.
I mean, the founding fathers were pretty liberal in that sense.
We had a liberal constitution.
Yeah, when they wrote the Constitution, they were very liberal in that sense, where it was like, okay, we're done with the status quo, and we want to be able to have more of a free and open society. Yes. And we got to accept certain risks that come along with that if we want to continue that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was the general message from the Patriot founders of this country.
Yep, exactly. That's when I tell people, especially conservatives, when I say, do you know that we have a liberal constitution? They're like, oh, what are you talking about? And I'm like, that's what it is. It was so much different for a government to say, we cannot be trusted, you cannot trust us, so we're going to make sure everybody gets to do what they want, be you, even though we disagree with it, we're going to let you be you, and we're going to make a framework for everybody to just go do themselves. And like you said, that's a dangerous place to be, but if we really want to preserve this idea of the individual, of individual liberty, even if you are a liberal, you have to want to conserve the constitutional framework, which gives you the opportunity to do whatever you want and not be controlled by
which is a republic. That's why I'm a Republican.
Shocker. I like it. I like it. Okay, so gold pill really means like, did I interrupt you?
No,
Go ahead.
Please finish.
Okay, so gold pill is not about being a libertarian, which I kind of suspected. So do you get people thinking you're We kind of thought you were a libertarian.
Sure, everyone, all the time. I do work with, I have a lot of friends who are heavily involved in the Libertarian Party. And
especially if you're liberty-minded, I feel
yes.
like you just kind of cross borders anyway.
Sure. So you kind of become politically fluid to a certain extent when you believe in libertarianism, right? Because
you're party talking fluid. About Angel and I are party fluid.
I wouldn't say party fluid, but politically kind of fluid in the sense that, you know, if you have a convincing enough argument, you might be able to change my mind a little bit or a lot. But we're not going to know that if you live in if we're in an environment where you can't share ideas,
you don't talk,
you can't express yourself freely. These things are important because you want to. Well, first of all, let me say this: if you're being suppressed in restricted in the way that you're able to express yourself,
yep.
you have lost the one thing that makes you human.
Say more about that.
Yeah, so essentially, you know, you have, you look at the animal kingdom.
Yep.
Yeah, animals that act mostly on instinct.
Right.
But animals have feelings. How would they be able to convey that feeling to you, to share an idea with you in a way a human would understand? They don't have that capability.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have the ability to express themselves. Humans are the highest expressive sentient beings in nature.
With the language.
And we're programmed and influenced by language.
Oh, wow.
So the controllers of humanity, whatever you want to call them, however you want to paint that up, there are people that absolutely seek control over the... and I'm just going to say it, like the consciousness. Like you can't have free roaming, conscious, sentient entities coming up with ideas that are going to be resistant to the powers that be.
Yeah.
Right? So they are going to they're going to attack you on the one thing that makes you human.
Wow.
They don't care if you're cattle. They don't care if you're sheep. They don't care if you go along with the programming. What they care about is dangerous ideas getting out. So they will take away the one thing that makes you human. That's always your freedom of speech.
Yeah. That is, you know, I never thought about it that way. You know, because you think, oh, well, animals communicate, right?
Sure.
They say, you know, they meow or they moo or whatever.
But they can't convey their ideas, you know what I'm saying, one to the other the same way that we can.
That is true.
Right? They have a way to communicate, but the whole reason that human civilization exists the way it does, and that we're able to do things through architecture and engineering and even creating these political systems that we live under, all of these are constructs of humankind that have been developed through the sharing and vetting of ideas throughout the entire span of history.
Wow,
so in order to get a monopoly on ideas, you have to first strip away that ability to convey ideas one to the other freely. Yes.
Wow, man.
On a level much higher, obviously, than animals do.
Obviously. Wow. This is so then I would imagine that every... Okay, my brain is going too fast.
It's a lot to think about.
Yeah, my brain is going too fast to talk about it. So, did Gold Pill Patriot start after? You started in 2020, right?
So Gold Pill is something that's more of a recent manifestation. I did go by Red Pill Patriot for a long time.
Okay.
And the switch came when I saw some things happening inside of the Truther movement and the Red Pill movement, or whatever you want to call it. That seemed to indicate to me that there's a lot of people that are still, mouths are still watering over that fake steak. And if you give somebody what they want, then they might, I mean, they turn on each other, even,
really
just
do.
like in the movie, The Matrix. So I realized that there are some people, like everyone can be red-pilled. I mean, at this point, is it really a shock to believe that even the common, average American citizen knows to some extent that there's shady stuff going on within our own government? Like, is this insane to imagine that that's true? No, this is exactly what's happening, but most people do nothing about it. So the red pill obviously is not the red pill is not what's going to save us.
Yeah, it's actually getting people to be self-governing
right.
and engaged.
Well, you have to become committed to a purpose like Neo was. Cyrus wasn't committed to a purpose and he sold out for fake steak. Neo was committed to a purpose that even he himself didn't really believe in. There was just someone next to him, was Morpheus, who believed in it so damn much that enthusiasm spread to Neo himself, and he fulfilled the prophecy, whether it was a real prophecy or not. It was self-fulfilled by Neo because the focus that he put into his purpose, what he thought this could be his purpose.
Wow.
And so you have people that understand that there's things going on that we don't agree with, we don't like it. There's injustice happening and people being dehumanized and demoralized in this country and other countries, places that have it a lot worse than us.
Yeah.
A lot worse. I was just speaking to some people that are part of the new federal state of China. Talking to me about what the Chinese Communist Party has done to people in torturing them and stuff. And I'm just I'm listening to this and I'm just like, wow. And this is everything that they can do to silence their speech, to stop the sharing of ideas. Because with these ideas, of course, we can end up developing our own purpose.
They can't have us do that.
No.
They can't have us do that.
So what are they going to do? They're going to stop you from sharing ideas. They're going to attack everything that gives you an identity, whether it's religion, family values, traditions, national identity. You can't be proud to be an American anymore. These are all things to try to take away anything that's going to give you some type of purpose to fulfill. Whether you believe in it 100% or not, it's something to do. I mean, believing in something is better than believing in nothing. And that's the gold pill.
What if you believe in nothing, you'll fall for anything? That old cliche is so true.
So you have to not just be red-pilled, but you have to be committed to a purpose.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, Angel. So Benjamin and I talk about that all of the time. How important having a purpose is, staying focused, knowing why you were put on this earth does a tremendous amount to direct your life and keep you out of trouble. And I think that if we can get more young people to really be digging in and looking for that, that's why we work with this organization called Catalyst Collective, and they've got a program called The Purpose Project.
Oh, nice.
So you guys can go to purposepro.org, learn more about it. I did it in my mid-30s. It's made for all ages. But I think that we have so many people who are just lost and don't feel like a connection to anything in particular. And so I think if we can get Americans refocused on what matters, help them understand, kind of motivate them and let them know that they matter. Like, you've been put on this earth for a purpose, for a reason, and you can choose to sit in your basement and just watch TV all day, or you can do something about it.
I would encourage people, and this is just me, there's a lot of people that when they hear things like this, it sounds, how to say it, like, oh yeah, you got to find your purpose in life. No pressure, dude. Right? Like, you got one life. Like, what do you know? Like, some people are out there, they don't know what their purpose is, or they don't know what to do. So I would just want to encourage everybody to consider that even if you're unsure of what your purpose might be, sitting around and doing nothing is not how you're going to find a purpose to fulfill or something that will drive you.
Yes.
So I would just encourage everyone to make finding a purpose your purpose. Maybe make finding out more about yourself, the world around you, how things work, getting yourself exposed to ideas that you are not usually exposed to. Get yourself out there and just try to dedicate yourself at least to finding a purpose if you can't dedicate yourself to fulfilling a purpose, because that has to come first.
I'm telling you. Okay. Angel, Gold Pill Patriot, my new favorite. This guy is freaking awesome. Okay, so tell everybody where they can find you on social media, websites, where they can get your awesome merch. I know you said you just made this one up, so it might be a minute before it's on the website, but it sounds like it's going to be there.
It'll be up. I do have some that are actually to look exactly like this, but they do also have Fauci's face crossed out. So if you guys go to patriotsrage.shop, you can pick up one of these cool t-shirts.
Patriotsrage.shop.
And other designs that I've done in the past. I'm going to be adding some more soon. And also you can find me on Gold Pill Patriot on Instagram and YouTube, or Gold Pills with 2 Z's on Twitter and Getter now.
Yeah. All right. I love it. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.